The continued adventures of an MMO veteran playing Warframe for the first time. Hopping into the game, I download an update. It looks like some new content was added, but I'm so new to the game I don't think this is going to affect me much. After downloading, I hop into the game, where I'm told there is another new version and to do it again. Update's so nice, I download twice. I close the game, update it again, and launch it again. Our first goal is to get a Kubrow collar to make my mature Kubrow battle ready. Starting the mission, I notice my drone is missing, despite the fact that I had it equipped. I believe the quest forcibly replaced it with the Kubrow, even though I don't technically have it until after this mission. We reach the quest objective, where we have to take down waves of enemies that come at us, including lots of enemy Kubrows that our Kubrow helps us slaughter. Very mixed feelings on this. Takes a few minutes, but we finish the mission without issue, getting some loot including the collar. I now have the ability to equip Chonker the Kubrow in the companion slot, and I spend some time putting what mods I have on him. Next up is a mission called Once Awake. Intercepted Grineer communications reveal that Grineer have been experimenting with some sort of bioweapon. You will investigate. A chatter mentions, I take it you don't like the Lotus, and I explain my thoughts and confusion about her. No, she's too secretive. So like, at the very beginning of the game, we met this lady that looked like Symmetra from Overwatch, and she woke us up. And then, dude, stop talking to me. And then, all of a sudden, this other lady that looks different, who's wearing a dustpan on her face, starts, like, radioing me and ordering me around. And it never explains this, but it's just like, I don't like our relationship. She just calls me up and, like, orders me to do things and I have to do them, and there's no explanation. Like, why? I don't know why I'm listening to her. We get to see the Kubrow in combat. So the main thing I'm noticing is that the drone just stays right above my shoulder. But the dog runs all over the place, so it can actually run ahead and do a little bit of damage before I even catch up to it. It's interesting. On this mission, I have to collect data from 3 locations. However, if you set an alarm off, they start destroying the data, effectively putting you on a timer. At the first station, I failed the final hack by a couple of seconds and I lose the data, but not the mission. It seems I can win by getting 2 out of 3. After successfully getting the data from the second location, the enemy communications hint at trouble that they are having.
Who released the specimens?
They're out! What's going on?
Stop the infested! Forget the Tenno!
The Grineer's biosafety protocols are severely lacking. Their reckless experiments pose a grave threat to the entire system.
We get to the third data storage and nab it without issue.
Who let them out? Was it Tengus?
It was Tengus. I always hated that guy.
I know he did.
Someone released these creatures on purpose. They want them to destroy you.
We sprint to the evac and head back to our ship. Someone in chat recommends me look up Necros and Wisp, as they think that I would like them. We take a few minutes to check those out. This triggers chat to all start yelling their favorite frames, and I look up many of them and check them out. Of the ones I looked at in this batch, I think I like Protea the most. Back to bonking things with a stick. We start the next mission to exterminate an infestation. We get some lore nuggets while exterminating.
The infestation predates the Oregon era, with records of outbreaks dating back to before the radiation wars. We must prevent a new outbreak.
We finish the mission without issues and get an email from Lotus about the infested. One of Dr. Tengu's reports, the additional test Marines have arrived. The specimens tore through the previous batch much faster than predicted. It should be noted that Marine who survived the longest was using fire-based weapons. The infested are vulnerable to fire. I have sent a fire damage mod for you to install on your melee weapon. It should aid you in the coming mission. These have been delivered to your inventory. I head to the arsenal and plug in the fire mod that we just received. The next mission is to defend an objective, like normal.
To attempt to use a Cascade bomb to destroy all traces of infested here. The bomb will take time to arm. Protect it until it's ready for detonation.
We station ourselves near the objective and begin taking down waves of attackers.
When this Cascade bomb goes off, a wave of void energy will tear through the complex, ripping the life force from all organic matter.
You're gonna get outpaced by everybody else? Then I'll just play it solo, man.
Stop the scourge before it starts. The bomb is almost armed. You just have to hold out a little bit longer.
The bomb is ready to blow, so we skedaddle.
Tenno, You have done well to contain the infested outbreak, but I am troubled. Dr. Tengus was but one of many reckless Grineer eager to gain favor with his queens.
I thought she was reading the email to me, but she wasn't. The Cascade explosion worked and the asteroid has been purged of infestation, but I'm afraid this new threat cannot be so easily contained. Dr. Tengu's experiments with this plague are grossly irresponsible and have threatened the entire system. All that is needed is an infected ship to reach a populated area and will be unable to contain its spread. There's no controlling it. The Grineer will be just as much in peril as we are. To prepare you for this new fight, I've sent you something that should prove effective against this menace. Let us hope you will not need it. Lotus. This has been delivered to your inventory. This completes the Once Awake questline and introduces us to the Infested, which remind me greatly of the Flood from the Halo franchise. I run over to the 3D printer to make the heat sword, but apparently I have to be Mastery Rank 3 in order to craft it. So I'll have to come back to this later. The next quest requires us to complete Mars Junction. I've already done 3 of the 4 steps for this. Completing Once Awake gets us a Void Relics segment. Visiting the side quest section of the Codex got us a Codex scanner, which I still think should have infinite uses, so it's kind of weird that it's a consumable. After completing a mission with the Bolter equipped gets us a Lith C7 relic. The last task is to purchase an MK1 weapon from the market, so I head over to the market console and I start fumbling around. I go to the weapons tab and filter by MK1, and lucky for me, that works. I pick up the MK1 Strun, which seems to be like a shotgun. I then get the Streamline mod from the Junction reward. I am briefly confused because when we looked at Streamline in the reward screen, it showed a fully upgraded one, but the one we received had no upgrades at all. A bit misleading, IMO. That said, this mod looks really nice, so we plug it in and remove a less useful one. I head to the next junction and face a Loki Spectre. I wanted to see how much damage Chonker did, so I sent him in alone, but he apparently can't hit Loki at all. I step in when I see Chonker about to take a dirt nap, and I beat Loki down. I'm excited to see I don't two-shot him, and it takes a few hits. Maybe we're starting to get to some tougher content. Future Muck here with the power of hindsight. Part of the issue is that although I'm remembering to install mods, I haven't been upgrading them enough, which will of course slow things down, but past Muck doesn't know this yet. I remember the tutorial for mods mentioning combining different elements, and I asked chat how can I tell if I've made a successful combination. They guide me to where it shows it on the left side of this screen. Currently, I'm combining fire and ice damage to make Blast. I look at the available quest and choose the Archwing.
This is the master blueprint for the Odonata Archwing, the first of many Archwings. To complete it, you must find its component parts. Unfortunately, an ancient Orokin archive detailing the locations of the parts was recently stolen by the Corpus. Your first job is to recover this archive. Hurry. The Archwing needs to be ready before the Baelor Fomorians launch their first attack.
It's like a... Okay, I'm looking at it, it's like a glider or something.
The Corpus have snuck into the Void and secured crucial Orokin archives detailing the hidden locations of much-needed Archwing parts. Your mission is twofold. Cut off their access to the Void and recover the data. Get to the portal. We need to shut the Corpus out of the Void before we search for the Orokin archive. The enemy are using a Void key and a portable torsion beam device to force open the portal. Destroy the key and the device.
I spend some time just watching the Kubrow and trying to figure out how good its AI is. Just watching the dog for a minute. It seems like look at that, he's surrounded by enemies, he just stands there. So I think it's like if he gets a kill... Well no, that time I don't know. It's like sometimes he gets a kill, and then he has to sit there and he just, like, blue screens for like 5 seconds, and then he locks onto a new target. Like, compared to the drone, his AI seems worse. Like, the drone just stays with you, but the drone is just constantly shooting. It doesn't take a break. We have to defend a terminal while it powers up a portal. We successfully do so and leave through.
There's the torsion beam device, but they've taken the Void key. Find it.
We find the key and pick up the key.
Quick, pick up the key.
Picking up the key.
You got the key. Now get back to the portal.
Getting back to the portal. And then we head back to the portal. No clue why the key was just sitting there, but whatevs. We plug the key back into the device, setting it to overdrive and melt itself down, then portal out.
Objective complete. The Void Key and Torsion Beam device are out of commission.
What?
The enemy will not be returning anytime soon. That's it. The portal has collapsed. I've located the cache containing the Orican Archive. Get there now.
We follow the quest marker and find the Orican Archive and head to Extraction. This one I was definitely confused on, but chat helped me understand. We have to take a Void Relic, which is kind of like a loot box. Take it on a mission that exposes it to Void Energy, which opens the box when the mission is completed. I then get one of the items in the box. You can also refine the Void Relic to increase the odds of getting better stuff, but right now we're just trying to open a basic one. We do a successful hostage rescue mission, and halfway through it announces that it was opened successfully.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside. Watch yourself. Rainier are on the way.
Many bullet jumps later, we extract back to the ship. That's too much movement, I'm getting dizzy. Dude, when I don't use bullet jump, people complain. When I do use it, people are dizzy. We then start the next mission with the goal of extracting the Archwing blueprint.
The Orican Archive has led us to this location. Defend the extractors until you find an Archwing part blueprint.
Are the extractors going to dig up the blueprint out of the ground? Very confused about how this works, but okie dokie. Lotus, why do you always send me extractors that are like almost out of power? Maybe you should have put like a new battery in them before you launched the thing. A few minutes later.
That's it. You found an Archwing part blueprint. Head to Extraction when you are ready.
But moments after that.
Look for power carrier foes. Strike them down and bring their cells back to the excavators.
What? You just told me to leave. I'm gonna assume she's just being stupid. Blueprint acquired. We then do 2 extractor missions to get a harness and systems blueprint. Nothing new on these missions. We start crafting everything at the foundry and head over to the arsenal to update our loadout. While here, I see the posture for holding a giant hammer in this game. Looks like I'm wielding a giant fly swatter. After completing the construction, I head to the arsenal to figure out how to equip it. I find that not only is it already equipped, but it also came with different weapons. So you use different weapons when you've got the jetpack thing? Next up, we need to find Corpus Intel, and I bring my new hammer to try it out.
For too long, the Corpus have extorted the Grenier.
Oh, Violator from Spawn is back.
Consider our contracts cancelled. This is a hostile takeover.
Wise counselor. I was hoping the Tenno had taught you a little humility when they destroyed your precious Fomorian fleet.
Did you really believe the Tenno destroyed all my Fomorians?
We have a problem. There is something breaking from the void.
Beck, meet Balor. Your fate, my future!
Impossible. All units, full alert. Prepare for boarding.
This ship is disintegrating. Aborting mission. Get to Extraction.
Sorry, ship integrity will not permit extraction at this time.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. You only have one chance. Orders. Deploy Archwing.
I was like, where are we going with this?
Operations, it's not...
Orders. Do it now.
Okay. Deploying Archwing.
And we just had the big gun in our back pocket.
Tenno.
So now I get to try this thing out. But this does leave me confused about the mission where we needed to gather life support, cause we're in space now, and I seem to be fine. I start jetting around and get a feel for the Archwing when a horrifying realization hits me. Did my dog die in the explosion? This is important, chat. Like, this is important. He's gone forever? Dude, muck this game. We have to destroy some enemy devices that are maintaining an energy net that is keeping us in and our rescue out. We use our Archwing to take down the devices and then reach the new extraction point to get out of here. I originally thought the Archwing was going to be like unlocking a glider or a jetpack for open world areas, but after seeing it has its own space missions, now I'm not sure. I expressed this to my chat and they tell me that I can add it to my wheel of gadgets and use it on some missions later. I do so. I then see a notification for a new quest available called the Heart of Deimos. Okay, sure. I start it up. However, I can't access Deimos yet. I see it has a connection to Mars, so my next goal is to do some missions on Mars to open up that connection. I start blasting through them, bullet jumping all the way to the essential quest objectives, and I find myself starting to just run past the other stuff. Someone in chat comments on this.
Mug has certainly learned the art of ninja dodging past everything. Yeah, I don't love it. It's one of those things. It's very similar to Path of Exile 2. I really don't like playing like this. I like, you know, full clearing the place and like, you know, stuff like that, not just running past everything. But then at the same time, there's this like screaming feeling in my head that if I don't do this, it'll take 5 times as long and I'll be playing incredibly slowly. So I kind of like feel like I have to. I complete the first mission without any snags, but the second mission I have to take down a named target, a Lieutenant Lek Krill. I run past everything until I find him and start beating on him. Immediately notice he is immune to staff damage. I start to back off and he goes vulnerable. Eh? I run back in to do one hit and he's invulnerable again. Okay, there's obviously a gimmick here. I try my magnet powers on him, no effect. The pet isn't doing any damage either. I run around looking for any environmental stuff. Am I supposed to shove him off a bridge, knock him into lava, drop something on top of him? No, no, no. I shoot him a few times, no effect. I'm wondering if this is one of those things where he's got an elemental shield and I have to hit it with certain elements to break it, but if I didn't bring those elements, I'm just SOL.
But chat says no, that isn't the case here.
Does he have a weak spot somewhere? It's not his head. His back? No. Wait. Oh my god, there was like 1 second there where I could actually hit him.
About 5 minutes pass of me trying various things, and he finally doubles over, allowing me to hit him again, but this time he stays vulnerable and I kill him in a few seconds. Chat asks if I'm ready to be spoiled on the mechanic. I say yes. Apparently I had to hit the backpack, but not with a melee attack. This knocks his tubes loose and he goes vulnerable for a moment. After 3 tubes, he loses his invulnerability permanently. Some folks said that you can't hit it with melee and have to shoot it, which apparently I did enough times by fluke. The next mission is a standard rescue mission, but I do get an interesting loot.
Fibrous technocyte tumor. Yo, I just came across a tumor and I'm like, this could be useful. Stuff it in my pocket.
The last mission standing in the way of the quest was an extermination. I had to bonk 171 enemies. Simple as, just took a few minutes. Finally, we reach Cambion Drift, the location to start this questline. Upon landing, we meet a Warhammer servo skull.
You received our distress signal. Mother will...
It's a servo skull.
What? Visitors? Look at you now, a real chip off the old monolith, huh? Just the right sort to save us from the coming cataclysm. Come on!
We agreed. I was handling orientation protocol.
Sorry, Lloyd. It's just too exciting.
We are in crisis, Tenno. Our defense against the Grey Strain has failed. The Necralisk is in lockdown.
Necralisk?
The infestation has compromised the very heart itself. We have been forced to rephase into Martian...
But how are you, anyway? Things good?
As I was saying, our defense situation is dire. Our remaining Necramechs have reverted to their autonomous kill precepts. They will not distinguish you from those things.
Murder centipedes.
That one, bitey scratchikins.
It is imperative you meet Mother, receive her instructions, and prevent the imminent intradimensional catastrophe. Demonstrate your combat readiness, and I will grant you the requisite security clearance. Good luck.
Intradimensional what?
Oh, Tech, I've already explained it.
Sounds like it bears repeating.
I'm able to use the Archwing here and fly around taking in the sights and hunting our quest objective.
Oh, I don't have the special weapons for the suit like I did last time.
We find some gross stuff that reminds me of Nurgle, and the Not-Servo Skull asked me to pop him. Okie dokie. We follow the little guy's instructions and proceed to anger a few hives of these monsters, then exterminate them when they come running. Afterwards...
Clearance approved, Tenno. I now grant access to the Necrolisk. Mother awaits. But I should warn you, she is not entirely herself.
We enter into the Necrolisk, some sort of very large structure with the gooey stuff overgrowing it. I can tell from the lag spike I'm getting that this is a town hub of sorts.
The infestation wormed into everything. After the Great Purge, there were no Dax, no Tenno to defend the place.
Dax?
Just us.
It's not your fault, Chip.
Technically,
Chip.
it is. And now you face an existential threat. If the heart stops beating, the wellspring of your power dies with it.
Have we tried turning it off and on again?
Tenno, meet the head of the Entrati family. What's left of her anyway? Mother, wake up!
I think the word scaroused works here.
Was before us. I had my proofs. My father's. I could hear him. I could hear him tapping at the untimed door.
Mother?
We went in, but again, he wasn't there. My husband congratulated me. Sarcastic halfwit. All the while, hiveweed was sprouting all around us. But it was just a dream.
No, Mother. You did all of that. You're as wormed as the rest of this place. The heart is about to fail, remember?
Oh, fuck.
Functional? We are. We summoned Chip here to help us.
It'll take more than an old Orokin thug to keep the heart beating.
The heart, question mark?
It's what makes you special. You know that, right? All thanks to my father. It pumps the arteries of the here and the void. The Entrati family has maintained it for an age, but it's breaking down. And only that idiot knows how to fix it. The man I used to call my husband. I think he's left for good this
Why do I have to look at this other player in my cutscene?
Maybe you can find
Go
him.
away.
Probably sulking somewhere outside.
So something called the heart is failing, and it is important to us. They seem to imply it gives us our power. I'm not sure if that was rhetorical or if it is actually tied into the Warframe somehow. In any event, we're to locate Father within the Cambion Drift. We're advised by Lloyd to not mention Mother when we find him, as they don't get along well. We fight our way through some gooey enemies and locate the man himself.
Sir, you have eyes on your
Fight
belly.
well for a WARFRAME. If you're ever interested in something a little more old war-sized. Wait. She didn't send you looking for
What?
me, did she? I am not going back.
Old war-sized?
Look, you were the second wave, kid. The Necramechs were void-shielded, sentient pulse immune. As bright as a bag of hammers, and just as dependable. Not like you.
She said the heart.
When I met her, Mother, she was as brilliant as she was broken. Chasing her father's ghost, convinced he was still out there. I thought I thought I could fix things. I thought I could fix her. Like she was a
He thought he could
loose
fix her.
light board or leaky hydraulic. So yes, she's right about me. I am an idiot, but I'm a reformed idiot. I'm done with her. This
I like how he
heart
keeps fixing his
breaking
hair.
down is just another tactic of hers. Don't you see? Everything has to be about her.
That went well.
No, it
We must
didn't.
prove to Father that the heart is deteriorating. This will be more dangerous than any gray strain monster we faced. We have to talk to daughter.
Back to Necrolisk Town to meet her.
Oh, aren't you a fascinating specimen? Organic ferrous exoflesh, hybridized internals, and time trace. You're a
She seems
aren't you?
slightly better put together than her mom. Wait, is it playing music? Wait, is she just like jamming out in here? Yeah, she's got like something in her ear. I hear about the heart.
You need me to tell you where it is, which I wouldn't have to bother with if not for my parents, whose collective heads are so far up their collective lower sigmoids, the only air they breathe is what they secrete.
That's a line. I want to help.
Aw, that's kind of sweet, but look at us. We are beyond help. The disease vectors are too complex, changing faster than I can study them. We can only prolong the inevitable. Look, if you help me get back some of what my brother shredded, I'd be happy to return the favor. Deal?
Brother shredded?
Huh. Okay, so the family is growing. Outside we go.
You're going to help me rebuild my sample collection. You're probably wondering what happens to it in the
Her
first
music's
place.
coming through the call.
Why don't you ask brother when you see him?
Okay, so her brother did something she's not happy about in the past.
We call that worm fat.
Oh my god, I thought that was her
Don't
brother.
worry about him though. He's got bigger problems than you. Vone, his sister, they don't get along, as you'll soon see.
I'm trying to I was trying to dismount. What the hell?
This is a good opportunity for you, actually. There should be useful detritus falling from the explosion. Try not to get crushed, little one.
Okay, wow, that's pretty cool. So these two worms hate each other and regenerate and re-kill one another constantly. But when they've just been defeated, there is some useful goop on the ground that the daughter can use. So we put on our metaphorical plastic gloves and get to work. The next thing daughter needs is fish?
Oh my god.
There is fishing in this game. It really is an MMO. We spearfish some flying mutated specimens until daughter says that we have enough. Afterward, we head back to town, such as it is, but it is swarming with hostiles outside. They refuse to open the gate until it is safe, so we begin to clear the area. One minor thing I experienced here is I found it difficult to see the HP bar on the big enemy in this batch while meleeing it, as it was displayed higher up than my camera allowed. I could only gauge his hit points when looking straight upward or if I backed away and did range combat. But at this point melee still does far more, so we're just using that as often as possible. With the gate safe, we are let back inside and return to daughter.
I remember my birthday. Woke with a knot in my stomach. The hum of my specimen tanks was missing. Silent. But I was surprised to find a little box wrapped in a red bow. A gift from my family that never, ever remembered. The note said, "Best wishes for my best sis." Can you guess what was in the box?
The disease stuff. A fish.
A white powder, as smooth and fine as silk.
Oh, it was drugs.
My entire collection, cremated, atomized, and returned as a gift by my deranged brother.
Oh, that's dark.
If you see him on your descent to the heart, don't be fooled. He'll stab you in the back if he thinks it'll get him a moment's notice from Mother.
After that convo with Daughter, I decide to head back to my ship for a moment. With so many flying enemies I'm dealing with, I swap the Kubrow out for the Taxxon drone pet, which can help me deal with them. I notice I can do a mastery rank up, but not for another hour, so I'll try to remember to do this later in this play session. Someone in chat compliments my Kubrow, telling me more about how the Chisa is a rare breed due to its fur pattern. Back on the planet, the quest marker takes me to a tentacle thing. Because it is gooey like so many other things here, my first instinct is to hit it. But no, I'm supposed to interact with it, and this happens. Enter the esophage. I don't like that. I did not like that. It's like press X to get violated. Traveling down the tunnel I now find myself in, I'm looking for Sun. And I go to bonk some enemies in my path, and this happens. Oh my god, my shields. Okay, I feel like I just left a level 5 area and went into like a level 20 area. What the hell? So the enemies are getting tougher now. I love it. That is not sarcasm, by the way, I'm 100% serious. Moments later, we find the son of the family. Oh, that must be brother. What's up? I hear you're a psychopath.
My collar, did you? A not so gentle reminder from dearest mother. No one in the universe can hold a grudge as deep or as long. She took away all my Entrati command words with it. Lloyd's got more respect in this family than I do.
Who's Lloyd?
Simple mistake.
To be fair, it was not exactly a simple mistake.
How many times do I have to say I'm sorry? I broke the containment protocol. I carried the spores in. I screwed up.
Oh wait, you're the reason the whole family's infested?
They all acknowledged my existence. Suddenly, something I'd done actually mattered. As if humiliating me would undo what happened to them. We're a lost cause. The infestation will come for what's left of us in time. Speak of them, and they shall appear.
Lloyd was the servo skull, by the way. Okay, so while I'm taking down these foes, let's process this. The son, who even when he was still not infested, was an absolute terror to his sister. Apparently was starved for attention and brought this infestation upon the family, possibly this world? Holy crap, okay. And yet they need his help for some reason to help fix this situation with the heart. While fighting and running down the tunnels to our next objective, Sun starts sending me some really weird messages.
Admit it, Tenno. It's beautiful, isn't it? Maybe it's not the abomination you think it is.
Maybe it is the abomination I think it is.
Maybe we ought to succumb to it. Let it win.
Sun has strange ideas about what victory looks like. The solar rails, the Tenno. We all depend on the heart to keep the wall open to the other side. If the heart stops, everything...
The wall open to the other side.
But think of all the time we'd have for hobbies.
More world building. The solar rails I don't know about. I'm reminded of the junctions we use to travel between planets, but not sure that's what that is. The Tenno is me, the Warframe, or the person in the frame, whatever I am, or we am. The heart and the other side are unknown to me, but this is really interesting. The Taxxon is helping deal with flyers, by the way, though its damage isn't impressive at the moment. It needs some upgrades. It is at least freezing things, making them much less threatening. We push further downward and eventually come upon a massive ornate door.
Requiem Cipher. I'm embarrassed to say I'm unsure what to make of this. Tenno, can you figure it out?
This is a simple Skyrim door puzzle situation. The door occasionally flashes some icons, and you hit the crystals with those icons in that order. We get the door open, step inside, where I think I see the heart, and oh god, what's happening? I assure you, chat, the zoom in on my bottom there was essential to the story. Is that a corpse driving a robot? Ow.
I didn't expect you to get through the door before I had a chance to finish. Forgive me. This is the only way.
Is he gonna pop the heart?
By the heart. It's dead.
The wall's closing, Mother. It's over.
Good. Good? You think this is good?
Oh, so you're talking to us now.
Mother, don't. This isn't the time.
Shut up. I want to see how low she can dig.
Of course you do. Anything to make you feel better about yourself.
I wonder where he gets that from.
Stop.
At least you didn't try to kill me.
Oh, please. You've been playing dead since the day I was born.
Well, I wish you had.
Stop!
Wow. So, I guess they've all got like a Bluetooth connection to insult one another or something.
Still functional. Listen carefully. Getting back to the surface is not going to be easy. I don't know how to break this to you, but your warframe, it's barely functional. You're going to have to stay low and out of sight. I know a shortcut, but you've got to do the rest.
Wait, so I'm intentionally not looking at chat right now because some of y'all can't be trusted, but I'm still trying to figure out the distinction between Warframe and Mag and Tenno, because I've been called all three of those things. At first I thought just Tenno was some kind of friendly name like Chum in Cyberpunk, but the bad guys are calling me Tenno too, and I'm like, okay, it's not that. So my weapons, as well as my ability to double jump or bullet jump, are all down right now, and we need to sneak out of here. Simply put, a stealth section. I found this really interesting, as very early in the game it recommended that I use stealth in a section, but chat mostly said just bullet jump past everything, don't worry about that. But here, it very much forces you to respect the mechanic. The enemies one-shot kill you each time they see you, so you have to sneak or line of sight them to get past. I get popped a few times, but I do make it out. I'm enjoying it.
You're still alive.
I don't love it yet,
That means we can
but I'm
fix
enjoying
this.
it.
We can get the heart back if we work together.
We find the tentacle that brought us down here in the first place. Enter the esophagus. Ah! And I head back into the town.
Do you think they will be willing to go back down? Sun and I can bait the worm to draw the infestation away, up to the surface.
Even if I agreed to help, what about the Necramechs down there? Just one of those things.
I've got a little something that I've been saving for an occasion like this.
Alright, I've got the calculus data for a restart, but I'll need 10 quanta of leptosam. Son?
I have it. Should we wake up Grandmother?
Let her sleep. Wouldn't want her to worry.
It's too soon for them. Are you sure about this?
Not at all, but we'll have to make an exception. Just this once.
I'm very intrigued by this little quest line. I'm hoping it answers more questions and doesn't just leave me hanging. Wait. They've got one of those robot things?
Alright, with the void closing up, you're gonna be too weak to help in that frame.
Am I gonna pilot the
Snake's in
murder
rough
bot?
shape, but she's got enough juice for one last ride. What do you say? Ready to go old war style?
Do I interact with it? Oh, here.
Alright. Not ideal, but I've cross-routed your Warframe impulse stream directly to Snake. Now, she'll feel heavy, but you'll get used to it. Head outside, and we'll run a field test before your descent.
What was that? That looked weird.
Alright.
Single
Squeeze
jump.
off a few rounds and get a feel for them.
There's no time for training exercises.
But we've got to prepare.
Tenno, get down there. You're just going to have to learn as you go.
So a lot of cool things happening here. The 4 family members, who for various reasons hate each other, are working together because whatever is going on with the heart is very serious business. At the same time, we are crippled, and we've been given this old world style Necramech to use so that we can fight. Heading back toward the vault with our new ride, Father continues to work on it, getting all of its systems operating remotely. This results in us gaining new abilities as we push ahead.
Rerouting power to... Yes! Secondary systems are back up.
You know, if they had this thing, like, I'm, like, so weak, you know, they put me in a new body. I'm wondering why one of them didn't just drive this. God, this does way more damage than I do.
The caves won't be exactly clear, but it should help. I've dispersed some specimens to keep the infested out of the way.
Oh, so it's okay if you do it.
Eat powder pellets, you...
Take it easy. Summon some velocipods too.
The mech has 4 abilities, and it occasionally lets you know another one is coming online. But it doesn't say which ability is which button, so we do the age-old strategy of slam fist on all the keys and fire everything. At this point, this thing is putting out so many numbers, I am blinding myself, but it's hella fun.
When you get to the heart, you'll have to patch the damage, and then we'll restart the system. It's a lot, but we're counting on you.
We finally reach the vault where the heart was and start clearing it out.
Where the hell is that Necramech?
Carter, the spores. Son, you're on repairs.
No one listens to me.
Tenno, can't have this area contaminated. Clear out those infested and destroy their spore clusters before we seal the chamber.
We unlock a new button that transforms us into a stationary gun mode.
Oh, that's nice.
Now this mech is strong, but there are so many enemies here, I'm having trouble leaving combat to rest, and the non-stop trickle of enemies chips me down and I end up dying. But it does respawn you immediately, and it doesn't make you restart the mission like that other time. At last, the final enemy drops.
Spore clusters clear.
I rigged Snake with an old Omni tool. Ready?
We are then tasked with repairing the heart. Had to fumble with the keys to find it, it replaced my primary fire button, so we start moving around and finding the right spots to aim this repair beam to.
That should hold. What do you think, Mother?
Seal the chamber. Initiating restart sequence. By Loki, we pass through and beyond.
Chamber sealed. That's it for your ride. A one-way trip for poor Snake. I'll cut the reroute as soon as the heart's beating. And you'll be back to your old self again.
But where's the guy who broke the heart? Is he sealed in here with me?
Restart in 3.
Like, I feel like that should be addressed.
1.
You sure you've got the correct derivatives?
Again. 3, 2, 1.
Perfect. Just perfect.
It doesn't make sense. Something must be interfering. I checked the equations.
Well, check them again.
Don't yell at me. Again.
Well, hello there.
What an entrance. Oh, hey, look, it's the guy I warned us about.
You've got to destroy this thing, or we're back where we started.
You have no idea how jealous I am right now.
Oh, wait, I could do this. Double knockout.
You gave her a good send-off. You have my thanks. Ah, Snake. I'm gonna miss you. But you've earned your rest, alright? Rerouting.
Thanks, Dad.
Yes. A rest.
We find ourselves back in control of Mag. Chat tells me that I can turn down the numbers in the scrolling combat text that I said was blinding, and we changed that in the options. I'm then directed to speak with Grandmother, a new character.
They're an insufferable lot, aren't they?
Yes.
My son, father, blustery and spineless all at once. His absentee wife, mother, who can't see past what she's lost to see what she has. And who can blame the children?
Me.
Daughter, trying to convince herself she's so different. It only makes her more the same. And the boy, poor son, he mistakes kindness for mediocrity. Who's he competing with other than himself? But in a crisis, they can come together.
So we need to start more crises to get the family together. Got it. Wait, did you?
I've no idea what you're talking about. But even as they've forgotten themselves, their names, their bonds, they might still be our family. Seems you're an important part of that now. So maybe I can help you and your family. There's WARFRAME, Zaku, somewhat of a family themselves. A sum of many, a composite of others we lost in the ages that our Entrati family has served here.
Wow. Okay, so to me that "wait, did you" line implied that Grandmother possibly caused this crisis in order to reunite the family back together, but I can't be certain. And this heart is clearly important as well as what happened here on Deimos in the first place, but it seems that is a story I will be hoping to learn in the future. We complete the quest and get a blueprint for Zaku from Grandma. We poke around a bit, looks like Father has become a merchant of sorts and can build special guns if you bring him the parts. Reward part 2, we get a mail with the recipes to make more Necramechs. I asked chat if this is like a warframe, but I'm told that no, it's more like a vehicle. I head over to the arsenal to see what Zaku can do, where Ordis promptly calls me a pervert. Oh, weird.
Are you enjoying the view?
What? Dude, you freak. I was looking at the cables. 25% damage reduction on AoE attacks and chance to avoid incoming weapon damage. Zada's Whisper. Wield void damage for all attacks from equipped weapons when activated. Grasp of Loki. Void tendrils steal weapons from nearby enemies to use as your own floating auto-targeting armament. It's very Magneto. Damage output increases based on enemy level. The number of weapons grabbed also determines the damage multiplier for the Lost Denies Void Beam. Cycle through a trio of lost Warframe powers. Accuse manifests a void fissure to corrupt enemies into allies. Gaze grasp targets and void tendrils that capture target and inflict it when the target is released. Deny annihilates with a beam of void energy, wiping sentient resistances. Mag is Magneto? No. Magneto did that in the movies where like he just yanked a whole bunch of guns away from a bunch of cops and just made all the guns turn around and shoot back at them. So like just that one move just reminded me of him. The Vast Untime. Temporarily shed the outer piece. What, you just get naked? The outer pieces of Zaku in a destructive blast, then stalk the battlefield in a new swifter skeletal form. Enemies damaged by the body's shrapnel are rendered weaker to void damage. Zaku's other active abilities, Duration, is frozen in time and resumes once the Vast Untime expires. That is certainly a weird one. The main quest now asks me to complete Jupiter Junction, but I have to do some other missions to get there. Not much new on these, so here's a 5-second montage of what happened. Upon reaching the junction, we are tasked with doing the advanced movement tutorial. Oh, hey, I did that earlier. The Heart of Deimos quest, which we just finished, and 2 new tasks. I need to perform a kill while wall latching, which I don't know if I've ever used that, or at least not since the first tutorial. I practice a few times at the mission start where I'm safe, then when the first enemies jump me, I use it and take a few down. I don't have any confirmation that it worked, so I'll find out at the end of the mission. Some of the enemies occasionally prompt to press X to mercy kill, which seems to make you invulnerable for a few seconds while you do a kill animation. Sometimes the mobs die super fast, so I feel it's better to just bonk them, but other times on high hit point mobs, or if my life is low and I need a break, I use this to finish them off. I asked chat out of curiosity if at endgame people use the mercy kill or if they just keep bonking, and the responses were mixed, so I assume it's just situational. Upon finishing the mission, I'm told that I can do the next mastery quest. Oh, cool. I should knock this out so it starts the next timer. It's fairly simple, I just have to beat some enemies using only melee. Complete it without issue and earn a few rewards which I don't yet fully understand what they are, but onward and upward. Upon finishing Mastery 3, I am now allowed to craft the Heat Sword, which sounds interesting, so I dump my materials into it and start it. It's 12 hours, so we'll get to try that out next time. The next quest the game throws at me is called the Wave Rider, which immediately prompts a few chatters to go, oh no, just skip that one. I head to Fortuna to see what this is. Apparently there are kids that live in the vents of Fortuna, aptly named the Vent Kids. One of them is unconscious from a bad crash, and apparently the only medicine that might help her is doing sick tricks on a hoverboard. What? I'm given a comic book and I unlock the pages while doing tricks on the K drive. More and more people in chat are saying skip this unless you just really love the board. Okay, I admit this one sounds kind of silly, so I have to work on checking off missions on Earth that I never did. The first one is with the Archwing, which I haven't gotten to play with much, so this is a good opportunity to get some practice in.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Ted.
Simple but fun.
Afterwards, I finally remember the wall latch thing and I collect my reward from it. Now I just have to upgrade a redirection mod. Do I have a redirection mod? It turns out that yes, I do. I pour my meager endo into it. I then enter Jupiter Junction, where we encounter Valkyr's spectre. I put a bubble on her, making her shoot herself a lot.
Eat magnets, nerd.
And take her out pretty quick. Chat asked why I haven't used that more often, and I got some comments about that on the last video as well. The main reason is simply, up until this point, the 4 button on mag has killed everything short of bosses in one hit, so it felt the most efficient. But as opponents have started to get a little tougher, I'm trying to incorporate the other moves that I haven't used as much. Cutscene time.
What? She got a robot wolf thing. Oh my god!
Yes,
He needs some milk.
Saved the best for last. Excellent condition, as you can see. Now keep in mind, the core components will be diverted to the Zanuka program. Bidding begins at 3 million. Good luck, gentlemen. May our ledgers become ocean, our margins sea centauri. In the name of Prophet, I commit thee to the void.
Did that just slice her into pieces? Or just, like, stun her?
In the name of Prophet? Wow, that's dark. Well, we see a Warframe damsel in distress. I'm guessing she is going to be involved in our upcoming missions. We stop tracking the Wave Rider quest, and I'm told to do Saturn Junction. I check it, and we've already done all the submissions and can collect the rewards. However, I cannot begin the Saturn Junction yet, as I need to do the missions connecting to it. We knock out a normal mission and find a Syndicate console. It seems like a reputation bar system from other games. I browse them to see if I can see pros or cons for which one I decide to join. Chat tells me a bit about Syndicate stuff while I am bonking through the next few missions. I knock a few more out, standard stuff, but we reach one labeled Assassination, which has a boss fight, being the guy from the cutscene who cut the Warframe into pieces in the name of Prophet. He sends a robot murder dog at me and goes invisible to run around the room trying to stay away from me. As a pet class enjoyer in other games, I respect it. I notice pretty quick that my attacks are not hurting the robo-dog, and I run around the room trying to find the guy. The first time I find him, he does this.
I guess the mortal guy wins versus the Warframe. He just threw me off the cliff.
Well, that was embarrassing. He flashbangs me moments later. Okay, so he can do that now. I catch him again and drop him pretty quick, but it seems the dog can revive him. As far as I can tell, I need to down the guy, and then when the dog runs over to save him, start swinging through both of them. That may not be the exact strat, but it did work, and I emerged triumphant.
Nice work taking down the VIP. Now get to extraction.
I get an achievement for getting rank 20 with a Sentinel, which is how I learned that Chonker is a Sentinel. I then get Valkyr Neuroptic's blueprint, so I'm guessing if I farm that guy, I can get more Valkyr parts. I then load up Saturn Junction to unlock another planet. This one is guarded by Ember Spectre.
Oh, the fire lady. I remember we looked at her in the thingy.
She puts lots of fire circles on me that I dodge out of, and I make use of the mag bubble to make all my shots home in on her. I noticed that the third time I cast the bubble, it hardly lasted any time at all, and I asked chat about it. Apparently, the bubble's duration is shorter each time you cast it on a boss.
Sad mag noises.
We have a talk about the mastery system.
Part of the game is leveling everything to max. I mean, if you're into that. So, okay, so here's the thing. I immediately think of two types of games, right? So, you know, type 1, you can level everything to max if you feel like it. Like old school RuneScape, FF14, but it doesn't really matter. Type 2 is by leveling, I'm gonna make something up. Mag to max, all other warframes gain plus 10 HP. So in type 2, you're encouraged to do it to level stuff you don't even really want to play, because it also gives passive bonuses to your other stuff. So is this type 1 or type 2 based on what I said? Like, do you get bonuses to all your stuff by leveling the stuff you don't care about? It's closer to type 1, it's closer to type 2. God damn it, Twitch chat. It's 1.5. Okay, so, all right then, give me an example. Let's say I play a warframe that I don't like, and I level it to max. What benefit does that give me? Mastery experience. Okay, what do I do with mastery experience? How does that help? You get mastery rank, which unlocks new things, and is required for other stuff. Okay, so I think I haven't encountered anything yet that required mastery XP to unlock, other than, you know, I had to do 3 days of dailies to start the heat sword. Okay, is there a point where you stop getting the mastery dailies? There is no mastery daily. There is for me right now. Like like earlier, I logged in and it was like, you have to wait 15 more minutes to do the mastery daily, and then I waited and then I did it. You can only master rank up once per day. It's not a daily. You can only do it once a day though. It's because you were getting enough XP. Oh, okay. I was under the impression it was just a daily activity. Let's use one frame. There's a frame called Necros. This is not a spoiler. Yeah, I've already looked at Necros. The frame allows you to farm extra items. He literally has a perk that allows items to drop double instead of just one. Right, but if you level Necros to max, but then you go and play Excalibur, I don't think you get the Necros passive while you're playing Excalibur, do you? Correct, you do not. Okay. So in that example, it would be type 1, based on the stuff I said. Mastery also gives you other things like increased daily traits, Syndicate standing cap, and other cap increases. Something people are not saying is a minor spoiler, you can sacrifice a warframe so you can get one of its powers on other frames, like Rhino's Roar, which is the best damage buff. Okay, yeah, I had no idea. Okay, so if you get their power on a different frame, does it replace something on the other frame? Yes, okay, so, okay. So now I have a clearer idea of how this works. Chip says hi. I mention an interest in the frame Protea, and chat says it's after a Deadlock quest. However, Deadlock requires Mastery rank 4, so I can't do that tonight. I'm currently interested in Protea or Valkyr, so I buy the Valkyr recipe with credits. I start crafting the Valkyr Neuroptics, and I'll need to farm that boss for the other 2 recipes that I'm missing. By the way, chat, I think the veterans might get a chuckle out of this. I was under the impression that this thing, because look at it, right? I was under the impression that this thing could only craft 1 item at a time. Imagine if no one corrected me. Fortunately, someone in chat was like, hey Muck, that's not how it works. You can do multiple things. And I was like, oh, okay. So next time, I believe I'll be trying out the Heat Sword and farming parts for my second frame. This video was a lot of work, so if you enjoyed it, please consider hitting that like button to help us out with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe for more. If this video gets at least 9 likes, I'll make another one. If you want to see more of my unedited journey through Warframe, a link to that will be down below. Special thanks to our patrons for their continued support, which makes these videos possible. Stay safe out there, Tennos.